All right. Good morning, guys. Today we will be talking about a bit consolidation stuff. So in particular, I like to talk about some problem-solving skills which are used in well, basically any aspect in math problems. So I would like to begin with a bit mind mapping. Okay, when we are dealing with a question or like a situation in math, it's always good to use this tool to help you to think about what you can do. So three questions basically. First is you need to think about what resources do we have. Now resources means what kind of understandings do you have about a topic. For example, the definition of a concept, the formula or equations you have learned, and these sort of things. So the resources they will always be the same. For example, a formula is always going to be a formula. Um, Now, the second question is what information do we have? Now, the information basically means what kind of things do we know from the question? What does the question tell us? Now, we will try to write them in terms of math language, try to write in a very simple way. So in this case, we will be finding the key information, the most important and valuable ones. And the last one is what do we find? So what is the question asking us about? So this one is our objective, by the way. Okay, so by thinking this way, you'll organize your thoughts and then it'll help you to go through the questions, especially those tricky ones. So let's look at a sample question. I'll try to guide you through this one and hopefully will explain to you how this mind map works. Okay, the question reads as find an equation of a line that has the same gradient as this y equal to 9 take away 3x and the same y-intercept as the y equal to negative 6x take away 5. Pretty, tricky question. All right, so before we do anything, it's good to think about what resources do we have, what formulas do we know. Okay, now for this question, I think the most relevant one is the gradient intercept form. So basically, we can say that y is equal to mx plus c. In particular, m is the gradient, and c is going to be the y-intercept. Okay? So this is the general rule we use. So that's the, well, probably the most relevant resource we have because we see the word gradient, we see the word y-intercept, so maybe gradient intercept form. Okay, so what information do we have from this question? Let's try to put it simple. It has the same gradient as this, okay? The same gradient as this equation, and we know that in any equation, the value for n, which is the number next to x, my gradient. So therefore, we can write the gradient, which is n, right? It's going to be equal to what? Okay, in this equation, we can just say the gradient is equal to 3. Or actually, negative 3. Just don't worry about just don't forget about that negative sign, okay? And then we can also say the y-intercept is the same y-intercept as this line, okay? So the y-intercept, which is the c value, okay, is going to be equal to the constant which stands alone, which is going to be this figure. All right, so that's minus 5. All right, so lots of what we think about our objective. Our objective is to find the equation. So we need to have an equation. So the equation will begin with like y equal to some kind of, c. Okay, now then basically, if we have that, we have the gradient intercept form. We have incorporated this information. We just take away the key message we have. And we know we're finding the equation. Now it's easy. We just say, okay, y is equal to mx plus c, and we know m is negative 3, c is negative 5. Easy as that. Y is going to be equal to negative 5x, then minus 5. And that's the end. And that's the solution of the question. Sounds easy. Well, I think the most important bit is to start with this brainstorming and mind mapping process. So once you think about a question, you will be more organized in this way, and you know exactly what you get, and you know what exactly do you have. And from what you have to what you want to get, here is the equation, and here is the tool that you want to use. And in this way, you can, basically work it out in a more structured way. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching this. I hope this will be somewhat helpful. You can also find the same file in this class channel, and I put that in the files attachment, so you can